Chapter 9 to 10. Finally, after Goku's insistent ramblings, Bulma finally released him. You still so short, huh? It's been 8 months and you barely have grown a centimeter. Bulma let out a light sigh. You can see some disappointment in her eyes, but the reason was unknown. So how have you been, Bulma? Still looking for a boyfriend? Goku said, remembering the reason for both of the Dragon Ball trips. I tried, but it didn't work out. I've just been hanging out with some girlfriends like Chi-Chi that we met at Ox King's place. Remember her? Bulma was twirling a stray hair next to her eye while talking to Goku. Chi-Chi. Bewildered, Goku couldn't help but exclaim out loud. This wasn't anywhere close to how it was supposed to go. Yeah, you remember her? Actually, where is she? She came with me. Bulma started to pivot in 360 degrees with a hand on her forehead looking like an explorer. The girl in hiding was actually behind Krillin, peeking her head out towards everyone. Krillin yelped in surprise and scurried away like a frightened kitten. Looking at her young features that rivaled Bulma, Krillin couldn't help but overflow with envy. Chi-Chi had actually gotten a little taller than the last time Goku saw. Her childlike face was less apparent and her clothes were of a city girl's standard. Or more like the Bulma standard, as they were wearing the same type of clothes. When Bulma beckoned her over, Chi-Chi shyly came up face to face with Goku, slightly looking down at him.
Achei Goku.
Seeing the awkward situation that was about to turn up, Bulma immediately saved her. So Goku, she put her arm around Chi-Chi. You going win this tournament? In it to win it. After chatting with them for a little while longer, Krillin and Goku finally entered the preliminaries. Surrounded by big dudes and small dudes, tall dudes and short, Goku felt like he was at an art gallery of every man possible. Hey, we were trained by the legendary Master Rashi. We should go easy on these guys. Yeah, let's do this. Before they can proceed further, Goku was confronted with a tall man with a scar on his face. With a newly fresh cut, he looked at Goku with an indignant expression. Hey, you kid, your name is Goku, right? It's me, Dio. Wait, that's not right. It's me, Yamcha. I've been training diligently just for this moment where I beat you up. Well, good luck. I bet you will be a leading figure in martial arts if you keep this up. Confused at Goku's ramblings, Yamcha stormed off after he heard it was his turn to fight. Goku and Krillin made it into the finals representing the pristine Turtle Hermit School after beating all the grown men like the children that they were. They ran around the crowd like chickens looking for some of their friends. Hey guys! Goku finally found Master Rashi, Bulma, Chi-Chi, and Oolong in the crowd as he pulled Krillin along to meet his friends. Phew, Goku isn't closer to any more girls. Wait, is that a bad thing or a good thing? Krillin couldn't help but ponder as everyone talked about their entry to the World Tourney. The Martial Arts World Tournament is finally going to begin. To all 8 contestants, please step inside the main temple. The announcer's voice was projected into the audience, beckoning all finalists to him. Looks like that is you guys. We will cheer for you guys from the crowd. Inside the main temple, a crowd of martial artists are socializing and scouting out their competition. In the corner, there was an old man talking it up to a young purple-haired lady that had a somewhat disgusted look on her face. Next to a pillar was another man who was ignoring his surrounding by meditating with his hands clasped together. Standing menacingly in the back, a dinosaur creature was staring at his competition like they were his prey. When Yamcha saw Krillin and Goku enter, he started to walk towards them only to be intercepted by a large man with nearly no clothing. Yamcha nearly passed out just from smelling him as he passed by everyone. Goku couldn't help but step a few feet back from the smell. This is the worst smell I have ever come across. It's like everything smelly in the world decided to make a mutated baby. Before he can recover, a man with blonde hair filled with gel and sunglasses walked in the door. Contestants, please come and step forward. Except you. He pointed at Bacterium while stepping back little by little. We will be doing a standard tournament style, and we will decide the order by picking numbers out of this box. When I call your name, please step forward.
Nam.
Number 6. You are in battle 3-inch. Jiren. Number 3, you are in battle 2-inch. Bacterian. Number 2, you are in battle 1-inch. Yamcha. Number 7, you are in battle 4-inch. Krillin. Number 4, you are in battle 2-inch.
Son Goku.
When Goku started to walk up, he noticed that everyone's order is changing a little. The butterfly effect is becoming more and more apparent. It will only get worse, and there is nothing I can do except prepare. Number 1, you are in battle 1. Looking at Bacterian's visible smell, Goku shivered and lamented his luck. Ranfan. Number 8, you are in battle 4. Chun. Number 5, you are in battle 3. After everyone's match has been decided, the announcer told them the rules. The matches will be 1 round and will be decided if you fall off the stage or give up. Poking of the eyes or vitals will get an automatic ban, so restrain yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen from all over the world, The World Martial Arts Tournament is finally going to commence. We have the matchups decided. It's going to be an exciting tournament with some interesting contestants. For round 1, we have Son Goku versus Bacterian. The winner of the entire tourney will take home 500,000 zeni. Before we start, a word from our sponsors. Our asterisk D-Bull gives you wings. Alright, let's hear it for our 2 contestants. On the right corner, we have Bacterian. He has never taken a shower in his life and has probably killed anyone that comes close to him with his smell. We are lucky he is wearing those shorts, or everyone in this arena would have probably died. On the left corner, we have Goku. From his attire, he presumably has trained under the fabled turtle hermit Master Roshi. He is 13 this year, making him one of the youngest finalists ever. Let the first battle of the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament commence. A gong can be heard signaling the start of the battle. Bacterium started the battle with a disgusting gaze as he swiped at Goku. The smell penetrated everything and reaped whoever it touched. Goku quickly backed away from Bacterium like he was a pandemic. He just wished he packed a mask if he knew he was going to fight Bacterium. Bacterium saw Goku back away, so he started to puff his chest. He blew out rancid air directly towards Goku, hoping to stun him. Goku counterattack to him was to also puff up and blow air. With Goku's lungs, he was able to successfully repel Bacterium horrid breathe right back at him. Bacterium was all too used to his smell, so it didn't affect him that much. But the properties of the stench still tickled his nose, making him sneeze. That was all Goku needed as he held his breath and approached Bacterium full of fighting intent. He punched him right in the gut, making him double over. To finish it off, he roundhouse kicked him in the face to make him fly off the ring. He landed off the stage with a crack as stars accompanied his vision. Bacterium is off the ring. What a spectacular first fight. Onto the next fight, we have Jiren here on our right. A monster from the wild. He decided to come to show how weak humans are. To our left, we have Krillin. Former martial artist of the Orin Temple and current student of the Turtle Hermit School like Goku. He is also 13 like his fellow peer to come to participate in this competition. Let the second battle commence. Hey, I don't like fighting kids. Come here, I got something for you. Confused, Krillin approached the dinosaur expecting something like a kid trick or treating. When he came close, Jiren swiped his tail, slapping Krillin a few feet away. Right before he hit the wall of the temple, he flipped over and landed his feet on the wall. I knew a monster like you would trick me. Krillin used his feet and sprang towards the surprised monster. He headbutted him in the chest, making him step back a few steps. Seeing that he is still doing well despite his full blunt headbutt made the bald monk fear him. You are pretty tough for a kid, but you are going to have to do better than that. Jiren shot a feral gurn at Krillin and rushed him. He clasped both of his hands and swung it down on the bald monk. Krillin used his heads to defend himself, but he still sunk down on the concrete with his arms shivering. Seeing that he is on the losing end, Krillin slipped out from under him. Seeing the dinosaur approaching him, Krillin was scared out of his wits. Knowing that he was going to lose if he didn't do anything, he put his arms behind him in a clasping motion. Kamehame. Saying the familiar words, Krillin was making his last stand. It took all his effort into making the signature turtle hermit technique. Krillin launched the blue beam at Jiren. Seeing the blue beam approach him, Jiren used his wings to fly up. Once he was up, he dived towards the shocked Krillin that still had his arms outstretched. He punched him right in the jaw, making the young man spiral out of the ring. What a puny human. Ah! Jiren was laughing boisterously to himself. Goku didn't expect Krillin to lose to Jiren, but he soon forgot out the specifics when he saw Jiren laughing. He shot a murderous glare at Jiren, promising himself to finish him while ignoring the flowery words the announcer said. This next fight we have coming up is Chun coming from our right. He is an unknown fighter and is a rising star. To our left we have Nam. Coming for a village far away, he is hoping to win for the sake of his people. Let the third battle commence. I am sorry, respected old man. I need to win for my village. I am not too sure about that. Nam approached the old man with a flurry of kicks that was a blur to any normal person. To his surprise, Chun was easily dodging all of them. Very nice potential. But you are severely lacking. Jackie, in the midst of dodging, threw a punch too fast for anyone to see. Nam's face caved in and he flew back to the edge of the ring. Just as he was about to go overboard, he used his toes to barely keep himself steady. Sensing the gap in power, Nam decided to go all out and jumped towards Jackie. He sent a karate chop to his neck only to be stopped by a casual counter. Jackie threw him upwards with a lazy expression. Infuriated, Nam used his ultimate move with his elevated height. X strike of the heavens. He crossed his arms in an X shape barreling towards Jackie. Just as Nam was about to crash into Jackie, Jackie's figure started to blur. Nam finally reached the ground, but instead of hitting Jackie, he went through him into the ground. Nam slowly came up with a dazed expression on his face. Behind him, Jackie materialized out of thin air and hit him hard on his back, sending Nam out of the ring. My afterimage got you, eh? As the announcer was declaring the winner, Nam got up and started to pack his things. Hey, nice fight. I see you are in a rush? Yes. I cannot wait any longer. You can get the water here for free. There is a well over there, help yourself. Jackie gave Nam a capsule knowing what he wanted. Nam, processing what Jackie told him, finally took his gaze away from the capsule to ask the old man some questions. However, when he looked up, Jackie was nowhere to be seen. Bonus scene. In a purple planet out in the far-flung galaxy, there stood a tall man with a very pale complexion. He had a ring around his neck as he sipped on his tea in front of him. On his other hand was a staff with a black orb on top as he looked into it. Seems something has happened a few years ago. I don't know what, but there were multiple tears in space in different spots across the universe. I don't know what happened, but I will inform Lord Beerus to see if he cares enough to investigate when he wakes up. After looking through it a little more, he put his staff down and started to eat the bagel-looking pastry in front of him. End scene. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to battle number 4. On the right corner, we have the beautiful Lady Ranfan. Her seductress motifs are second to none, as she can even have pig's drool over her. You know he is talking to you, right? Bulma was looking down at Oolong with a look of disdain on her face. Oolong was indeed drooling so much that Bulma and Chi-Chi had to step back a little when a puddle formed. At least Master Rashi isn't here. I am afraid of the venue turning into a lake. Where did that perverted old man run off to? Wait, why are we even hanging out with these perverts? Chi-Chi and Bulma were having similar thoughts as the announcer was introducing the next contestant. On the left corner, we have the ferocious Yamcha, former desert bandit. His charming looks are put to waste when put to the real test. Yamcha was already in a fighting stance, but he wasn't moving at all like a statue. It looked like his soul was drained when taking one look at Ranfan. Yamcha, you can do it. Hearing a voice to her right, Bulma turned that direction to see Por animately cheering for Yamcha. Hey, you are Yamcha's partner, right? What is with him? Why isn't he moving? It's you guys? Of course. You guys are here to cheer on Goku. Why Yamcha is extremely nervous around beautiful women. I hope he can survive this match. Por was looking almost as nervous Yamcha. Under the intense eyes of Bulma, Por couldn't help but spill the bandit's worst weakness to a girl no less. I kinda remember something like that. Bulma this time was staring intently at Yamcha, judging him brutally. Going back to the match at hand, the announcer already commenced the battle as Ranfan was looking at Yamcha playfully. She strut up to him in a very sexy manner by swaying her hips. Yamcha's eyes were roaming unhinged from her hips to the 2 round mountains on her chest. Ranfan rolled her eyes at Yamcha's obvious staring. When she was close, she kicked him as hard as she could, pointedly avoiding the sharp sword in front of Yamcha that might stab her. Yamcha's sword immediately sheathes itself as he skid across the platform, struggling to stand. Before he can reposition himself, Ranfan dashed up to him and launched a high kick to his face. Using his fast reflexes, his arms lurched in front of his face to form an X shape to block the kick. Yamcha was able to avoid a painful hit and counterattacked by grabbing her raised leg with one hand and punched with his other. Before his fist connected, he saw the bashful look on Ranfan's face. Oh my, you can see my hidden place down there. I didn't take you for the aggressive type. Not that I mind. Yamcha instantly froze while his face looked like a ripe tomato. His pupils were gone and he had gone into a daze. Giggling, Ranfan leaned in right in his face, before punching him square on the jaw, making a tooth fall out. You can see Yamcha's goofy face turn into one of horror when his eyes landed on the flying tooth. Saturn. My handsome face. You are going to get it now. Enraged, Yamcha shot out his fist without thinking of anything. It landed on Ranfan's stomach, making her heave. Yamcha followed up with a sweep at her feet to make her fall on her butt. Yamcha was about to land a finishing blow on her head to knock her out before he saw the sultry smile on her face. Why, you don't want to hit me, right? Chach, how about a date after this? You look pretty handsome and strong. Just let me win, pretty boy. At the end of her tirade, she sent a wink towards Yamcha. After seeing the dazed girl, his entire body froze once again. He was getting pulled harder and harder to her seduction until he heard the last sentence she sprout. After she said it, his gaze hardened and he picked her up. What are you doing? At least take me out on a date first. Wait, what are you doing? Ranfan was flailing around on Yamcha's arm trying to escape. Yamcha, however, was too strong for her after the injuries she took, and he soon arrived at the end of the stage. Yamcha dropped her off with no remorse, making her land with a thud. Hey, if you want to still go on that date, I am open to it. The last thing Ranfan saw was Yamcha's nervous smirk that ruined his confident persona. She couldn't help but think of how adorable his attempt was. That last fight ended on a weird note, but we have finally entered the semifinals. Our next fight is the dinosaur Jiren versus the child warrior Goku. From Jiren's last fight, he defeated Goku's classmate from the Turtle School. Will Goku achieve vengeance, or will Jiren shut down the once glorious Turtle School? Let battle number 5 commence. You turtle kids don't seem so tough. The last guy barely put up a fight. Goku didn't say anything and only rushed Jiren with lethal intent in his gaze. Noticing the way this brat upheld himself compared to his companion, he instantly spat at him. Knowing what the spit was, Goku easily jumped over. The spit hit the wall with a splat next to the gang. Some of it got in Oolong's mouth as he was fervently remembering Ranfan's match. What the foo dash? FF***CK it got in my mouth. The grossed out Oolong started to hurl on the spot. Noticing the crisis before it happened, Chi-Chi screamed and kicked Oolong as hard as she can. Oolong flew out of the venue, defying the saying that pigs can't fly before he let out his entire breakfast on the grass outside. When Goku was above Jiren's surprised head, he did an axe kick diagonally on his neck. He aimed towards the weak spot on the neck where it would do the most damage towards the head and spine. Using a lot of leverage and momentum from his flight so when the kick landed, people can hear bones crack. Jiren, however, was a monster, so he was more resilient towards blunt attacks. He was about to stand up despite his neck injury when he heard a familiar sound. Kamehameha! Goku charged up a Kamehameha to throw it towards Jiren. Feeling an immense pressure once again, he tried to fly away like before. This time, he felt something wrap around his right wing. Looking at the reason he couldn't fly, he saw a brown tail locked onto his wing preventing him to fly. Ah! Goku finished his Kamehameha and blasted Jiren. Jiren blocked with his arms, but the pressure instantly crushed them and carried the rest of his body towards the temple wall. He burst through the temple wall and arched down until he landed outside the venue next to a certain pig. Shit. Jiren didn't notice Oolong and couldn't hold it anymore. He vomited his breakfast of assorted meats and some of his own blood on the top of Oolong's head. Everyone else was staring at the match in shock at the sudden turn of events. When everyone awoke from their stupor, Krillin rushed over from the spectator stands to Goku. Goku, I knew that you were stronger than me, but I didn't know by this much. Right now I am not too much stronger. I just used some techniques and tricks to get the jump on him. Goku wryly smiled at the easy victory as Krillin was still talking to him about the fight. After that short victory in Goku's favor, we have the second round of the semifinals. The fan-favorite Jackie Chun, who has surprised everyone with his old age, versus the literal lady killer Yamcha, who makes girls fall on their asses. Let battle number 6 commence. You have a potential young man. You will 100% be an important character in the future. Jackie Chun was stroking his hair while he said that. Thanks, old man. Enough talk. Let's do this. At that signal, Yamcha rushed towards Jackie with his claws outstretched like a canine. When he saw what Jackie did to powerful Nam during his match, Yamcha put out all stops. Starting with his opener, a mid-sweeping kick, Jackie responded with a duck at the perfect time. Seeing his opening, Yamcha rained down his claws towards the low Jackie Chun. Wolf Fong Fist. Jackie Chun, put in an awkward position, started to twist like he was in several different twister positions. Why won't you get hit? Punch after punch couldn't touch the Jackie despite the frightening speed that Yamcha displayed. After a little bit, Jackie finally got the hang of Yamcha's rhythm. Instead of awkward twister positions, it looked like he was actually breakdancing. A vein popped out of Yamcha's head, and if you looked closely enough, fumes started to come out of his ears. He finally launched both of his hands to hopefully end this charade. When Yamcha's hands reached its apex, Jackie used shot out one of his legs above them. Leaning with all of his weight, Jackie brought the fists down until they reached the floor and rammed him with his other leg. Yamcha wiped his face from the dirt and stared at the old man in surprise. First Goku, then this old dude. Is my Wolf Fong Fist not good anymore? Not giving Yamcha too much time to think, Jackie disappeared from where he was standing, creating an afterimage in his wake. Afterimage after afterimage surrounded Yamcha, making him feel impending doom from each individual. Yamcha finally lunged and sent his fist straight through one of Jackie's afterimage, making it fade from existence. Just as he did, something hit him in the back of his head, making it faceplant on the concrete. Rising up, you can see another tooth fell out of place of the not-so-handsome anymore face. Increasingly frustrated, he desperately tried to tackle another afterimage only to go past it. The talented fighter did a flip and landed successfully on the ground. Feeling pleased with the gazes from the crowd, he turned around to face Jackie once more to resume their fight. Unfortunately, his face ran into a wall, instantly making a third tooth fall as he finally fainted. Yamcha was actually outside the ring already and ran into the ring. This is the moment you all have been waiting for. The final two combatants face to face to find out who is the strongest fighter under the heavens. On the right corner, we have one of the newest batch of the legendary Master Roshi's disciples. living up to his master's name. The 13-year-old child has made it into the finals and has put up astonishing displays of power throughout the tournament. On the left corner, we have the unknown Chun that has just participated in today's tourney but has blown all competition out of the water. Who will win? Cast your votes and let the final and 7th battle commence. Knowing who this was, Goku instantly got into a defensive stance. The two stared each other down before nodding at each other like they knew one another. Well, they technically did, but they didn't know that the other party knew that. Saying no more, they both stepped on their feet, making the ground shake before colliding in the middle to see who is the strongest under heaven. Bonus scene. Middle of nowhere in space. F*UCK. 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 In the middle of space, a spatial tear appeared out of nowhere, revealing a disheveled-looking man in a yellow trench coat. That accursed fat cat. The next time I see him, I swear I will tear him to pieces. As the man said that, strange green blood came out of his mouth, coating his chin. At least I got rid of Goku like I did. Having him as a threat would have foiled my plans even more than that stupid destruction god. The strange man started to meditate with a blue-green aura encased him, and astonishingly, all his injuries and destruction energy that lingered from them disappeared without a trace. Sensing an approaching presence, he snickered and turned toward his foe. In front of him was a large bloated purple cat once more with his angel attendant. Along with him was a purple-haired young man with a large black trench coat and a sword hanging from his back. Standing a little further back was a pink-skinned Kai with golden clothes and a white robe with it. You won't escape me this time. I tracked you, figured out where you would be with the help of Kranoa, and brought some backup this time. Both figures powered up with all their might. Kampa with a fiery purple aura, and the other having transformed with red hair and red aura to match. They both launched a pincer attack towards their target as the three figures duked it out, shattering space around them. And bonus.